Good day, my faithful subjects of Bohemia. Jesus Christ be praised, and Henry has come to see us. Today's video may be a little bit of a surprise to some, primarily because we're going to be travelling through space and time. I bet something that not every YouTube channel can do. Now, to cut to the chase, I may very well have played Lord Hans Capon in the hit game Kingdom Come Deliverance, but today we are going to be talking to the real deal. That's correct. Lord Hans Capon, Jan Potacek of Perkstein, the rightful heir of Ratai, and the Lord of Lipa. Now, how have I done this, you might ask? Well, I have managed to get an iPhone over to him in 1403. Don't say I can't work magic. So we will in fact be FaceTiming with the Lord of Lipa. Of course, I'm pretty sure he thinks it's witchcraft, but we're just going to roll with it. Now, I did ask the community this week if you could ask questions to the real man, what would you ask? And of course, the questions rolled in, so I will be asking him your questions today. But enough from me. Let's call him now. You'll have to excuse me, the phone number's a little bit weird, primarily because, well, it's 1403.
I look very good. You know, we're not allowed mirrors. But, I'll make an exception. I look fantastic.
Sir Hans, you are live with the entire Kingdom Come community. Thank you. You look fabulous, by the way. I'd just like to say...
Look, the pleasure is all yours, I'm sure. But my question is, what is this thing that you've handed me? It looks like some kind of mirror. We're not allowed mirrors, you know. You can see through to the devil on the other side.
No. No devils, none of that. I think it would... Let's not question it too much, because I think it would take a little bit too long to explain the whole thing. You know, Steve Jobs, Apple. That's just good. Let's just move on and just think of it as like you're talking to your friends through a looking glass. Is that all right?
All right then, very well. Well, you're in luck because you caught me at a very opportune moment. We were chasing a hare just down this little ravine down here, but it scurried off. Henry, go find that hare, please.
Oh my God, are you with Henry right now?
But of course, I always bring Henry with me. He brings the Sylvan. He sorts out the horse. He's my little lackey, aren't you, Henry? There's a good boy. Anyway, let's get going.
Yes, no, good idea. Let's get rolling. So, first question from the community that we have for you, that we're all begging to know, is how could you let yourself get captured by two raggedy-ass humans?
Oh, I see. Diving straight into one of my weakest moments. Look, I was out of sorts. I was unprepared. I was outnumbered. These things happen. Luckily, Henry was there to save the day. Eventually, took his bloody time.
Are you going to untie me?
And I gave him a jolly good dressing down by calling them all names under the sun, so I feel like I had some retribution.
Those humans are filthy animals, I can tell you.
Yes, of course. Remember that well. It was fascinating stuff. Actually, there's a second question as a follow-up to that from Possum Boar is, what went through your mind when you were tied up before Henry came to your rescue there?
Well, of course, my mind was preoccupied primarily with how much disdain I hold for humans. They are the absolute scum of the earth and they deserve to be exterminated like rats. However, I was also somewhat concerned with the dire state of my attire.
Those human swine roughed me up a bit.
As a nobleman, one must take great care of one's appearance, do you not think?
Absolutely, and it's a lovely attire, I must say. So the third question is, can you swim? This is from Damien, and he says, can you swim? And if so, would you please teach Henry this noble skill?
Can I swim? Of course I can swim. Every nobleman can swim. On the other hand, teaching Henry, now that is a whole different kettle of fish. I don't believe so.
I thought as much. So the fourth question I have for you is, how does one...
Oh, shush. 1 moment. Something far more interesting is happening here. Henry, hare, get it.
Oh, what's going on?
Get your bow. Get your bow.
Is everything all right there?
Get the hare. Oh, God, it's bloody useless. Shoot it. Bloody shoot it. You'll have to excuse me 1 moment.
No problem. We can wait.
Yes. Take aim. Good. Oh, I missed it.
I feel quite hungry.
God. Henry, sometimes it's like hunting with a 5-year-old. I don't know if we're going to be eating tonight. Anyway, as you were saying, go on.
No, that's all right. The question was, how does one hunt a boar?
Ah, the thrill of the hunt, of course. Well, you know, there's only one boar that's ever escaped my grasp. We all know which one that was.
Did you see that? Damn, I'm good.
I still stand by my technique of hitting the boar in the heart with an arrow. It works like a charm.
Boar is hunted with spears. Is that so?
Shut up, Henry. That boar was just made of sterner stuff. You know, clearly a Hans Capon of the boar world.
Next time you try to tell me I can't kill a boar with an arrow, you can... Fuck!
After him!
I must say, my lord, one of the more iconic and funny moments in your career as Lord of Lipa. Next question is, how do you like your eggs cooked, Lord Capon?
Scrambled! Like the guts of my enemies on the battlefield! Get it right up there and wiggle it around. That's exactly what you have to do. Am I right, Henry?
Lovely. Next question from Crabble1966 was, what does our Lord Capon think about getting his ass beaten in a bow and sword competition by a peasant named Henry?
You really are not of this world or from a completely different time if you believe that Henry, of all people, could best me in any kind of confrontation. Be real with yourself, sir.
This peasant insulted me. I had to teach him a lesson.
I'm not so sure. Henry's pretty handy with a sword, sir. Anyway, the next question is, any other hobbies beside whoring, drinking and hunting?
Are you some kind of nitwit? You mean to suggest that whoring, wenching, bathhouse and hunting are not enough in terms of hobbies? I beg to differ, sir. Well, I must admit, I do like a bit of falconry as well. Seeing a bird glide through the air, doing my bidding as a good servant should. Unlike some peasants I could name.
This one's quite an interesting one for you, my lord. Asked by Von Pat, he said, do you envy Henry at all?
Do I envy Henry? What do you think, Henry? Do I envy you? Shaking his head. He knows his place. Henry's afforded a certain level of freedom that I am not. If I do certain things, Hanish will have my balls in a vice, and that is perfectly understandable, so yes. But it's nothing that a night in the bathhouse can't fix.
That's fair, that's understandable. Next question is from Organic Interview 30. They asked, ask him how he is so good at courtship.
Ah, you want to learn how to court the lady folk? Come here, I'll tell you how. There's a great deal that can be learnt from the romantic poets. I, myself, being one.
Whip out your worthy silky breasts. Who shall suck my salty bits?
But really, it's all about energy. It's about how you approach a woman, the energy that you give off. Most women are timid. They need to be romanced and wooed and cared for.
You don't love me?
No, and I told you, get out!
Really, you can't teach this stuff. Although I am running a course quite soon in the local bathhouse. Anybody's welcome to attend.
I think if anybody would benefit from that, sir, it's probably arse and balls. Next question. Did Hans also dip into Lady Stephanie's hidden chambers asking for a friend?
You scoundrel. Let's just say my lips are sealed tighter than the castle gates at sunset. A gentleman doesn't kiss and tell.
I shall respect your privacy on that, sir. And the final question is, ask him how he managed to write that masterpiece of a poem for Carolina.
When inspiration strikes, I'm not responsible for the genius that flows forward. It's more like divine intervention. God penning the words out of my mouth.
Who's infected my whores? Don't you sleep with my women, bastards?
Almost a transcendental experience, if you understand.
Absolutely fantastic. So that's all the questions that we had for you, sir. Thank you ever so much for taking a break out of your busy schedule, hunting hare with Henry, and we look forward to maybe doing this again one day soon.
Fantastic. Well, the pleasure was all yours, I'm sure. Now, if you'll excuse me, Henry and I have got a little bit more business to attend to, haven't we, boy? We haven't caught anything yet, and I'm bloody starving. And I'm sure Henry, as always, is rather hungry himself.
I feel quite hungry.
Oh, and before you go, if you don't mind, can you give us an Audentes Fortuna Juvat?
If I must. Audentes Fortuna Juvat! There, we happy?
Very happy indeed. It's been an absolute privilege to play you, sir. Thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing more of you in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
Face is cleared up nicely as well.
You can hang up the phone now.
You know, it's not often I get to see my complexion in such fantastic
So Hans,
fashion.
you can now hang up the
Whatever
phone.
this device is, some kind of witchcraft.
It's not witchcraft.
It's very, very complimentary, isn't it?
Put the phone down. Okay, he's gone. He's gone. Well, just been 1403. Casual, no biggie. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment. It helps the channel. Peasants. See you on the next one.